Hello, my wonderful students. I'm here to read to you Chapter 2 in Dr. Floss is the Boss. Now, I want you to remember that this is from my weirdest school collection, so the school here is a little wacky, and you'll see why. Betsy Toothbrush. This lady walked into the nurse's office. She was wearing a white coat, the kind that doctors wear. There was a name tag on it that said, Dr. Betsy Floss. We gave her a round of applause by clapping our hands in circles, because that's what you do whenever someone is being introduced. Nobody knows why. Happy National Dessert Day, she said. You all have such nice smiles. Look at all the things your teeth do for you. You see them when you smile. You use them to chew your food. They help you talk and sing, whisper and whistle. It's nice to see your smiling faces this morning. My name is Betsy Floss. So here's our wacky dentist. You'll see why I'm calling her wacky in a second. Didn't Betsy Floss make the first flag? I whispered to Andrea. That was Betsy Ross, she whispered back. I was going to say something mean to Andrea, but I didn't have the chance. Is Betsy Floss your real name? Asked Ryan. Well, I took my husband's name whenever I got married, Dr. Floss told us. His last name is Floss. What name were you born with? Asked Emily. Toothbrush. I was born Betsy Toothbrush, replied Dr. Floss. Wait, I said. Your last name was Toothbrush, and then you married a guy whose name was Floss? Yes. Is your husband a dentist too? Asked Neil. No, of course not. Dr. Floss replied. Why would you think that? It was just a guess, said Neil. Mrs. Cooney took a step forward. Tell us a little about yourself, Dr. Floss, she said. What made you decide to go into the field of dentistry? Well, let me think, said Dr. Floss. I used to be in the Army. What did you do in the Army? Asked Michael. I was a drill sergeant, she replied, and then she started cracking up. Get it? Drill sergeant? That's just a little dentist joke. Everybody pretended to laugh, even though she didn't say anything funny. When grown-ups tell jokes, you should always pretend to laugh. That's the first rule of being a kid. When I got out of the Army, continued Dr. Floss, I decided to go to dental school. I've been practicing dentistry for 10 years. What do you do when you're not being a dentist? Asked Neil. Let me see, said Dr. Floss. I like to work with my hands. I play guitar. I collect old tools. I walk my dog. Did any of you children already lose any of your baby teeth yet? Asked Dr. Floss. Most of our hands raised. I have a loose tooth now, said Emily. Oh, said Dr. Floss. Maybe it will fall out today, and if you're lucky, the tooth fairy will come and visit your house tonight. She's a good friend of mine. We invited Dr. Floss here today to talk about dental hygiene, said Mrs. Cooney, the school secretary. Who can tell me what hygiene is? That's easy. That's when you say hello to somebody named Jean, I said. Hygiene. Andrea rolled her eyes and shot her hand up in the air. Hygiene is all the things we do to stay healthy, she said. That's right, Andrea, said Mrs. Cooney. Our students have been taught all about good hygiene, Dr. Floss, said Mrs. Cooney. They know they should brush their teeth at least twice a day. I brush my teeth 7 times a day, said Andrea. First, I brush when I wake up in the morning, then I brush after breakfast, before lunch, after lunch, before dinner, after dinner, and at bedtime. I have a toothbrushing calendar in my room. I put a check mark after every time I brush. Kids should also eat a healthy diet for the sake of their teeth, said Mrs. Cooney. Isn't that right, Dr. Floss? No, replied Dr. Floss. Huh? We all said, which is also huh backwards. Huh is huh backwards. I wish kids would never brush their teeth. Or eat healthy, said Dr. Floss. If you all brush your teeth regularly and eat healthy food, there will be no need for dentists. I want kids to stop brushing their teeth, eat more candy and cupcakes, and drink sugary sodas. What? I don't understand, said Mrs. Cooney. You're saying you want the kids to have poor dental hygiene Just because it would be good for your business? Exactly, said Dr. Floss. You see, my car is old and it keeps breaking down. If kids have good dental hygiene, they won't need to visit the dentist very often. And I won't make much money. I want you kids to eat more sugary junk food so I can buy a new car. Wow, we all said, which is Mom upside down. Wow is Mom upside down. October is my favorite month of the year, said Dr. Floss. I'll tell you why. October 18th is National Chocolate Cupcake Day. The 23rd is National Boston Cream Pie Day. The 25th is National Greasy Food Day. The 28th is National Chocolate Day. The 30th is National Candy Corn Day. And the 31st is National Candy Apple Day. It's also Halloween. Dr. Floss reached into her pockets and threw a handful of candy. She threw it up in the air for us to catch. I grabbed a Kit Kat. Dr. Floss is my favorite dentist in the history of the world. Mrs. Clooney closed her eyes. She rubbed her forehead. Grown-ups are always rubbing their forehead. Nobody knows why. I'd love to talk more about dental hygiene, said Dr. Floss, but I have to go say hello to the other classes. No, don't go, everybody was hollering. We want more candy. I'll be back, said Dr. Floss. We'll be celebrating National Dessert Day all day. Oh, this is going to be the greatest day of my life. All right, so that's the end of chapter 2. I'm going to save chapter 3 for tomorrow. So remember, Mrs. Cooney, the school secretary, decided to invite Dr. Floss over to their school on National Dessert Day because she wanted the dentist to talk about the importance of brushing teeth because it's important. And Dr. Floss isn't necessarily saying the things that Mrs. Cooney thought she would say. Now we know it's important to brush our teeth because we know when we don't brush our teeth, we can get cavities. And when we get cavities, we have to get a shot in our mouth, and it's not always the best feeling. It doesn't hurt. I've had them, but it's just, I'd rather brush my teeth and floss instead of getting a shot in my mouth. So I want you guys to make sure you're brushing your teeth twice a day. I will see you tomorrow on Zoom. I miss you so much. Goodbye.